When we got out of bed this morning, at some stage we became conscious that we could breathe. What a gift. And we know who gave us such a gift. The gift of the Holy Spirit that came at Pentecost is God Himself making Himself very present to His people. He calls us into fellowship with Himself. And before we look at that and with one another, I'm using a question that Father Dennis Bennett used to ask. We may have the Holy Spirit. In fact, if we don't, we're not a Christian. But in practice, has the Holy Spirit got us? Or do we grieve Him, compartmentalize Him? Today, as we look at fellowship with God and fellowship with one another, the Spirit of God brings us into the reality that the life that we now live is the same life that the Son of God has in union with the Father. So that the life that you have been given and that I've been given is the life of the resurrected Christ. You are not waiting for that life. You have that life. And in that communion with the Father, as you have it and I have it, therefore sharing the same bloodstream, the very same breath of God, the same life, we are in communion or fellowship one with another. This is not a like or a dislike. This is what God has done. At the end of Acts chapter 2, we are given a little cameo by Luke. He does that, as you know, on a number of occasions in the book of Acts. As you look at that cameo, as you look at that summary, this is the fruit, but it comes from a root. And the root is the work of the Holy Spirit in Jerusalem. Don't aim for the fruit, cultivate the root. For if you will cultivate the life of Christ, you will bring forth the fruit of the Spirit. In that little cameo, we must warn one another of one thing. Don't see it as an idealized or a perfect picture of the church. We've walked through Acts. We know that on this earth there isn't ideal. It's not a romanticized place. As we come together in fellowship, it's a place where God uses one another to rub those edges, to make us more like Jesus in our experience, and to be that wonderful blessing in the fellowship of the Holy Spirit, one to another. So what is fellowship? Fellowship is the very life of Christ in you and me. Don't settle for a lesser understanding. Don't be robbed of I'm waiting for something when God has given it. Now back to Father Dennis's question. We may have the Holy Spirit. In fact, there will be evidences in our life. I hope there's evidence in all the parts of the church that we attempt to serve. But does the Holy Spirit have you? We, in reality, committed our mind to be renewed, our corporate mind to be renewed, our time. Even listen to that, hour. No. When we became His, we came to that place as we've been looking. Deny yourself, take up the cross, and follow. Fellowship with Him issues forth in fellowship one with another. Does the Holy Spirit captivate our very lives and our breath itself?